Hey everyone, what's going on? I am Jay Sims, and we're currently looking at the load board. Load board has something on it that caught my eye. The Council Bluffs load here of curtains. This is the final load of Cruising Iowa. We will be completing Cruising Iowa with this load. Coming out of Coondago, going to Swift, it only pays $4,000, but it is going to get us the 12 cities of Cruising Iowa, and then in the next episode we are going to be making our way from Council Bluffs to hopefully directly to Jonesboro. Might be kind of a long drive for that one, but the road home is where we are headed. But first we have to go get these curtains and get them to Swift and Council Bluffs. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's episode. It's dead of night. It's raining. We are almost at our load, but we did have to stop and take our break. So let's get the truck fired up here. Currently 3:30 in the morning, and the rain should be great to drive in. We don't have that far to go to get the load. It's... oh, where does it say? Doesn't say. But we don't have that far to go, so we'll just watch the truck in the rain for the time being until the until the truck airs up. Wish it would hurry up. That beeping is annoying. It is annoying in real life too, but luckily I've never heard it as I was driving down the road. So should be good. Should be able to move at least. Yeah. All right. So once you get give it some accelerator pedal. I don't want to say the gas pedal, but once you get it moving and all, it tends to build up pretty fast. Not going to fuel up right now, really don't need it for a 200-mile trip, but we're going to need it before we go to Jonesboro, before we hit home base. That's going to be quite a long drive. But first we have to get the load, so let's go do that. It's pretty exciting finishing this up so far in front of the deadline. Usually I'm racing it right down to the last minute. I put it on the back burner or take forever. Then I have to scramble to get it done in time. So, not sure what the next DLC is or what we're going to be doing in terms of any type of story for American Truck Simulator on the channel here. I am going to take a bit of a break to check out other things. The Hunter Call of the Wild and get my zoo started. But we will be back with American Truck Simulator when the new, whatever the new DLC is, comes out. Kind of annoying I didn't get a light. Where's my arrow? I'm going to have to sit here and wait. So I'll let you guys go until we are hooked up to the load and ready to go to Council Bluffs. Okay, let's see if there's anything interesting along the way here. There's this up in Des Moines. It's out of the way. Yeah, no, there's nothing. Nothing at all. looks like Council Bluffs is pretty sparse on shippers, so maybe going somewhere else to get the load. I'd like to go directly back to Arkansas, back to our home base, but if we have to hop, I mean, it is what it is. So, all right, let's head on off to Council Bluffs here. We do have looks like a 48 reefer, so curtains, I think is what it was. Yeah, curtains. 18,000 pounds of curtains going to Swift. Came up with another idea for another story arc for when we come back to American Truck Simulator. I have an idea about doing something with the longest runs that are offered wherever they happen to go. Call it the longest mile or the longest road or whatever. But I also had a thought here. I mean, if we take a look, I'm at 142,000. When I get back to Jonesboro, I may upgrade this truck that I'm driving now, and possibly the garage, so I can own more trucks. I don't really need to own more trucks, but I know they are going to have cars in the game, so I'm thinking that at some point I may want a car just to go driving around in and explore. Maybe actually see some of these sites that are a little bit too much of a pain in the ass for the truck. I think that's their intention for that anyway. But I was thinking about spending everything I have, just making sure I have enough for like fuel, and then starting a story arc calling it The Road to 1 Million, which means $1 million. See how much I have to run to get to $1 million. And that would be probably a fairly long story arc, because I think loads are paying under $200,000, and most of those loads are fairly long runs. So, I mean, there's an option in the load board to filter it by price per mile, so we could kind of maximize our profits while not taking the longest run of the game that's offered at any given time. So that may be the way to go with that. I just don't know, because like I said, I've got other games that I'm planning on covering and playing here. The Hunter, Call of the Wild, Planet Zoo. I've got city building games that I haven't touched. I would like to take another look at Foundation. The free build on Foundation looks pretty fun. And I've also got X4, the space sim game that I wouldn't mind checking out. Plus all the stuff for the other channel. So if you're new here, thanks for joining me. ATS is what I started the channel on. I do drive a truck in real life, so this ATS is kind of cool, fairly amusing. That's an interesting looking bridge over there. But my other channel is a strategy and wargaming channel. Link to that's in the video description, or the page description, channel description. If you want to check that out. But I want to cover a wide variety of games, and we are coming up on the fall, so that means football season started, and I have had the intention of playing Madden. Oh, how'd that get turned back on? Okay, hang on a second. Okay, not sure how that got turned back on, but I had to shut it off. But like I was saying, I do want to do something with Madden during the football season. I want to do something with other sports too. It's just there's not a lot of games out there for baseball. Basketball has that 2K thing. Football has Madden, and there's like soccer and F1 and all that. A lot of them are managerial type games that, like, I know baseball has out of the park baseball, but that's not really a game that you can play baseball. Like Madden, you can play football and manage the team. But out of the park baseball is basically strictly front of the house, upper management. I'm not really sure that's what I'm looking for in a sports game. Not to mention the fact that most of them are huge games and would take up quite a lot of space on my computer that I don't want to dedicate to just one game. I say that as I'm about to install over 100 gigs for the Hunter, but I've been having an itching to play that game for quite a while now, and I'm going to start a brand new Hunter. I've got a bunch of the DLCs, maps and weapons packs and stuff, so whether or not I start on the original Leighton Lakes map or move on to something else to start my new Hunter on, I don't know yet, so that's something that we're going to have to probably figure out before I actually start the game. So there's that. See the sunrise behind us. It's pretty cool despite the rain. That noise. Probably have to do some maintenance on the truck too. I've hit a few things recently. My tires are getting kind of worn out. Not sure why though. The truck only has less than 7,000 miles on it. Line of trucks here we're stuck in. Give them some space so I'm not right up on them. Something like that happens, it's just no good. Whoop. Pretty sure I hit someone back there. House rat, huh? Hey, what are you backing into me for? that out of spite. Pretty sure there's someone behind me. I can't move. Alright, he's gonna go. Good for you, guy. Yep, real truck driver. Just back up. Anyone behind me? Oh, whatever. If they're there, I'll hit them. I don't drive like this in real life. If anything, I drive excessively cautious. Especially when I'm behind someone that's carrying flammable, God knows what he has. I can imagine rear-ending one of those with a semi probably wouldn't be a good idea. Can't see that working out very good. Wish it would stop raining. We have to go through towns and stuff. This short 200-mile load's going to take forever. We actually are going through towns. Try and get by him. I'll give him a wave. Form of apology for rear-ending him. But he did back into me, so I guess we're both at fault here. Oh, fucking lights. Uh-oh. You gonna make it? Not really, but we didn't get a ticket, so there's that, I guess. And then you come to a stop and take a right-hand turn on the light, and you get a ticket. Makes sense, right? I think it stopped raining. Get on the road, I can turn the wipers off. Looks like someone blew a tire over there. There's anything interesting to see around here. Housing tracks. Not very interesting. They did do a pretty good job on this. Not gonna lie, it's pretty good. Some of the stuff that I've seen here has been fairly cool. Hey. Oh, wow. Okay. Wait, no. Fucking A. This thing handles like a Ferrari. It's a good thing there's not realistic physics, which is a mod. I'm terrified to install that mod, though. Scared to death, because I would end up upside down. But it might make for a what is this? No, don't come right in front of me. What is this? Why are you doing this to me, man? Why? I just got to get to the other side there. just got to get to the other side. I don't really want to go on a huge detour. Oh, sorry, did I miss my turn? Behind me. You got room on the shoulder here? I've got curtains, for fuck's sake. People need their curtains. I mean, peeping Toms are scary. There we go. Detour averted. Try and keep it realistic, but just sometimes... Can't do it. Especially when I can just drive down the shoulder of the road and go around it and not get into any trouble. In a way... Oh my god. This is a way for any truck driver to live out their trucking fantasies of doing stuff like that and just getting away with it. Because God knows when you come up on something like that, not always be in the best places. Like the other day I was heading through Auburn and they had an accident at an intersection. The road was closed, cops were blocking it off, and where they had us turning would have taken me right into the hospital, the Auburn hospital, which would be bad to try and do in a truck. So I sat at the turn until the cop realized I had no intention of taking the left and going into the hospital with the truck. They had one lane open, the far right lane, if you're heading in the opposite direction I was. But I wasn't going to go up into the hospital with my truck and my 53-foot reefer. Not happening. And the cop realized that. There was another truck, a flatbed, right next to me. Both of us are in day cab, so we're kind of familiar with the area. And the cop stopped the traffic and let the trucks, me and the other guy, go through. Everyone else they forced straight up into the hospital. But me and the other guy, yeah. Because they knew. I mean, you put a truck up into that, might end up with the telephone pole tipped over. So we probably should do something, just let these guys go through. So, next intersection in the light, I had to turn left. The other driver was turning right. He pulled up right next to me at the light. And I was like, dude, I thought I was fucked there. He's like, I know. I've been up in there in a truck, and it's not good. So, I think sometimes you just have to stand your ground and be stubborn. Even with the Leos. Like, I'm not going that way. I'll sit here. I don't care if the traffic backs up behind me for 10 miles. I am not going up there in my truck. I'll wait. I guess we could role play and say that the cops back there understood that trucks have to go through there because they can't go the other way, even though it's a highway like this one. They could have without an issue. But they were nice and they didn't say anything about me driving down the shoulder. So that is okay. It's perfectly okay with me. That's where we're going. Council Bluffs, Kansas City. At some point, I'm going to have to stop and take a picture. But I won't make you watch that. There we go. Council Bluffs. I have to say they have some really interesting there's that bridge again. And away we go. 1 mile left to go. A lot of truck stops in Council Bluffs. There's one on every corner here, except for that one. What's that guy doing? Kind of curious. Okay, I guess. If you say so, fella. The lack of parking in Council Bluffs, which is a good thing. I might not park until I get the road and get on the, or get the load and get on the road a little bit, but oh crap, I'm gonna take it. Looking for the Swift terminal here. I have to get over to the left. Hopefully I can do that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get over to the left. I know there's a car sitting there, or there was. I guess we can hope he's not there anymore, as I take the turn from the wrong lane. Big place. It's probably one of the bigger Swift terminals I've seen. Well, maybe not. Looks to be fairly straightforward. All the docks on this side of the building. They'll put me in the one by that forklift there. One with no dock. Let's see what they say. That's a good bet. That's exactly where I'm going. Maybe not. Oh, there it is, right there. Oh, this isn't going to be bad. Especially with this trailer here. route a little bit. Doesn't look too bad. Right on the money, actually. Go. Cruising Iowa is now complete. And I think we leveled up. Oh, so close, so close. Alright, let's see how we did. 12 of 12, fantastic. Cruising Iowa has been completed, so I get a paint job for a truck. I get probably some trinkets to put in the truck, which I've never done. Fantastic. Alright. Well, that was Cruising Arkansas, guys. Or Cruising Iowa. Jesus. Managed to get it done in a good amount of time here. Enjoyed it. Iowa's pretty good looking out here. I'm going to have to stop at, let's see, probably don't need to stop there, but I am going to need fuel. So, see, here's a Smithfield here. But here's a Smithfield here, and it's got something there. So I'm kind of wondering if I could just go there and pick the load up. Pick a load up. That might be in Omaha. Might be in Nebraska, actually. Let's take a look, see what we have. Oops. This is the regular one. I don't want that. I know they pay a lot more, but... Seattle... Where are we going? We're going to Arkansas. See if we can find anything right there. Or anything at all that goes to Arkansas. Oh, hold up. Little Rock. That's from Smithfield. 538 miles. I don't see anything going to Jonesboro. Nope. Port Angeles, Washington. Yeah, nothing. Maybe I'll just drive over there. I'll stop and get my fuel and then drive on over to Smithfield. Because I kind of want to check that out while we're out here. I mean, I've never been to Omaha either, so... It's 34 miles. It's only 34 miles. We can do that. Grab the fuel. And then head on over to Smithfield, pick up something from there. So, it should be good. But we'll do all that in the next episode. I'll see you at the pumps as we fill up. And then head on over here to get a load out of this Smithfield in Omaha. Guys, I'm Jay Sims. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.